Hey friends, welcome to Algebraic Vectors Day 2 and happy start to the video season. Okay, so we've already talked about component form, we're just practicing some more. So I gave you the points on the graph. So C is at 3, 3, B is at 2, 1. Ooh, where's sister A? At the origin, 0, 0. Wow, I know you knew that. So we're going to get the component form of AB, BC, and AC. So let's start with AB. So remember, you do the second one minus the first one. So I'm going to do the B minus the A. Let's start with the x's. So 2 minus 0 is 2. 1 minus 0 is 1. So AB is 2, 1. BC. If we're going to do the second one minus the first one, we're going to start at C and then subtract B. 3 minus 2 is 1. 3 minus 1 is 2. So there's BC. You try AC. Are you trying it? Okay, let's check your answer. 3 minus 0 is 3. 3 minus 0 is 3. Is that what you got? Yay! Okay, the next section we're finding magnitude. So that's when you do that Pythagorean theorem thing. We already have all the x's and y's. So all we have to do is the square root of x squared plus y squared. So let's start with AB. I'm gonna do the square root, and you can use your calculator here. 2 squared plus 1 squared, that's 4 plus 1 is 5. BC is 2 and 1 again, so I know that's going to be square root of 5 again. AC, 3 squared plus 3 squared, 9 plus 9 is 18, but that can be simplified. 9 and 2, the square root of 9 is 3, the 2 still there. So there are our 3 magnitudes. Okay, time for some true and false. So this goes back to those vector models. We're just going to see if this adds up. So AB is here, add BC, is start to finish AC. Yeah, it is. Now these two things look the same, but this one's talking about the magnitude. So I know the magnitude of AB is root 5, BC is also root 5, and AC is 3 root 2. So you can go in your calculator and check that. Is root 5 plus root 5 3 root 2? No, it's not. False. Okay, this little guy is stuck in here, but we're still gonna do it because we're not afraid. We'll just move her over here. So find the point 3/4 of the way from B to C. So I'm looking here. I'm gonna redraw it though, just because why not? B, C. So B is 2, 1. C is 3, 3. I'm going 3/4 of the way. Let's call this P. Okay, so we already know, oops, that BC is 1, 2. We already solved that earlier. But I want 3/4 of it. So I'm gonna take 3/4 of BC. So that's gonna be, I have room here. I'll scoot this over. 3/4 and then 6/4. Oh, what's 6/4? 3/2. Okay, so I just multiply 3/4 into both of those. So this is BP. That's the vector here. But I'm trying to figure out P. So I know that P is XY because I'm going to solve for X and Y. So this is where we do the second one minus the first one, and it has to equal this. So I'm going to do X minus 2, Y minus 1, and it has to equal the 3/4 3/2. Okay, so let's separate it. x minus 2 equals 3/4. Y minus 1 equals 3/2. And let me go get a calculator. Let me run. Oh. Okay, I'm back. So let's do 3/4 plus 2, 11/4. And add the 1, so 3/2 plus 1, 5/2. So P is at 11/4, 5/2. Wow, what a good time that was. Let's keep it going. So still practicing, nothing new. AB is 3, 2. Point A is here. We're gonna find point B. So let me draw what's happening. So we're going from A to B. A is 4, 0. We don't know B, but I know the vector is 3, 2. So second one minus the first one. X minus 4, y minus 0 equals 3, 2. So x minus 4 equals 3, y minus 0 equals 2. So this has to be 7, add the 4. This is 2, so B is at 7, 2. Okay, y'all try 3. Pause the video and try 3. Make sure you pause it. Welcome back. Let's check our answers. So, you did 8 minus x, 8 minus y, because D was the second point. Eight minus what is 4? 8 minus what is -1? So C is at 4, 9. Did you get that? Good job. Ask your neighbor for help if you didn't get that. Okay, let's find the requested point. So still more practice of what we just did. If you want to pause the video and try it on your own and then check your answers, I would recommend doing that because again, this is nothing new here. So we're finding B. B is the second point. So x minus 3, y plus 2, because it's minus a negative, is 2, 3. What minus 3 is 2? That'll be 5. What plus 2 is 3? That's 1. Same type of problem here. We're finding B. B is the second number. The second one comes first. X minus 0, y minus 5, -1, -1. What minus 0 is -1? Well, -1. What minus 5 is -1? 4. And if you need to draw the picture and do everything like we did up here, please continue to do that. I'm just taking a shortcut because you should just be checking your answers at this point. Okay, let's do some of these that are the fraction of the way. So we'll start with AB. What is that? And I know P is 1/3 of the way, and we'll be looking for her. Okay, so first let's find vector AB. So second one minus the first one, 6 minus 0, 3 minus 0 is still 6, 3. But to get AP, I'm gonna do 1/3 of that, which is 2, 1. So now this section is 2, 1. So second one minus the first one is going to be 2, 1. So x minus 0, y minus 0 has to be the 2, 1. Well, it's easy when you subtract 0. X minus 0 to get 2 is 2. What minus 0 is 1? 1. Well, that was a good time. Something to make sure of, remember, vectors get these arrow things. Points get the parentheses. You will get points taken off if you forget that. So make sure you know what you're solving for, a vector or a point. Let's do another one of these, 4/5 of the way. Ooh, that's a crazy fraction. I'm not afraid. A to B. So let's find AB. Second one minus the first one. 2 minus 7. 8 minus -2, so that's just 8 plus 2. So A to P is going to be 4/5 of that. Again, if you needed to draw the picture, please do that. So 4 times -5 is -20 divided by 5. That's 40 divided by 5. Okay, so now my vector equals this, but we have to solve for the point. So x minus 7, y plus 2 is going to be that -4, 8. What minus 7 is -4? That's 3. What plus 2 is 8? That's 6. Yay! Okay, so that was really a review of a lot of stuff that we did Friday, I guess, or yesterday. What's today? I don't know. Let's look at some more adding, subtracting, multiplying, magnitude, because now we already have the vectors. These are both vectors. I know they're vectors because they have those arrows. And I just want to find the magnitude of v. So I'm going to take the square root of -1 squared plus 3 squared. That's 1 plus 9. That's 10. 10 is just 5 times 2. So that's my answer. Okay, on this one we have to add the vectors before we find the magnitude. So I'm going to find the magnitude. Let's do v plus w. Remember, when you add vectors, x plus x, y plus y. So -1 plus 1, 3 plus 2. Okay, let's find the magnitude of that. So 0 squared plus 5 squared. That's square root of 25, which is just 5. Okay, on this one we're not finding magnitude at all. I'm multiplying the vector and then adding it. So I'm going to rewrite with my vector in here. So v is 1, -3. W is 1, 2. First thing I'll do is distribute those numbers. -2, 6. 5, 10. Now we can add x to x, y to y. So -2 plus 5, 6 plus 10. There's my vector. Yay! Let's see, what's on the next page? Okay, a few more to do. Now these are the linear combination form. What I like to do is change them back into component to solve, just because I think it's easier. Remember, I represents the x value, j is the y value. So this would just be 1, 1. This one would be 2, -3. And this one would be 3, -1. So now let's do it like normal.